If anyone's still out there, this is what happened.
It is day 16 of the government shutdown, and Democrats just exposed their own scam. They're flooding social media with selfie videos from empty congressional halls, trying to make it look like it's abandoned. But why now? Why the sudden coordinated PR blitz? Because John Fetterman just destroyed their narrative on live television, admitting Democrats designed the shutdown by letting healthcare subsidies expire. Bernie Sanders confessed it's all about beating Trump. Meanwhile, Hakeem Jeffries is literally rapping nursery rhymes instead of governing. While Democrats claim this administration's on vacation, President Trump just secured historic Middle East peace deals. Think about that. Democrats could end this today, but instead they're making propaganda videos while veterans go unpaid. The truth is devastating. They're holding America hostage to protect $2.5 billion in illegal alien health care. Wait till you see what we've got. Now, did you know that gold has gone mainstream? You're seeing it everywhere. Prices keep climbing every day. More Americans are catching on to the power of gold. How do you actually take advantage of it? How do you invest in a way that's simple, safe, and built for the long run? Well, that's where Noble Gold Investments comes in. Noble Gold specialists help investors go from confused to confident. Whether you're rolling over an old 401k into a gold IRA or want physical coins and bars delivered home, Noble Gold makes the process simple. Visit nextnewsgold.com today to claim your free wealth protection kit, or find out how you can qualify for that silver bonus by calling 877-646-5347. And when they pick up the phone, tell them Gary Franchi sent you. Now, the press secretary just a couple hours ago was outside the White House, which is still operating on a skeleton crew, and she weighed in on the Democrat shutdown.
The White House's position on this Democrat shutdown has not changed. All they need to do is vote to reopen the government. That is all we are asking for. That's all Republicans want. We want to reopen the government, get people back to work, get people paid. And the Democrats are just so selfishly using politics to shut down the government and hold the entire country hostage. We now have thousands of flights across the country that have been delayed and canceled because air traffic controllers and TSA agents are not getting paid through this shutdown. President Trump had to tap into tariff revenue to get WIC money out the door for vulnerable women, infant, and children. President Trump in the White House used a creative solution to get our troops paid. The president is bending over backwards to do what's right by the American people, and the Democrats are continuing to play partisan politics. We hope every day that sensible Democrats with just a little bit of courage to stand against Bernie Sanders and AOC, who, according to the CNN town hall last night, are clearly the new leadership of the Democrat Party, stand against that radical nonsense and vote to reopen the government. And then we can have serious conversations about health care, about immigration, about our economy. That's what this administration wants to do. President Trump wants to fix our broken health care system. That's why he's had a number of announcements with major drug companies to bring down the cost of prescriptions and pharmaceutical drugs in this country for American consumers. He's more than committed to talking about that. But first, we must reopen the government. And it's deeply unfortunate Democrats voted today for the 10th time to shut down the government for the 16th day in a row. The president.
16th day in a row. 10 votes. They have all denied the government. John Fetterman, though, blowing up the Democrat shutdown narrative. Listen to this.
That's why shutting the government is really what the Democratic Party wants to do. And I follow country, then party, and it's the wrong thing for the country in a period of chaos. I refuse to vote to shut our government down. I absolutely would love to have. I would love.
Every day, John Fetterman just amazes me. I remember when he won and we were all pissed off because Dr. Oz didn't get it and we felt that whole election was stolen too. But I mean, and then of course, John Fetterman's condition and he's really come around, guys. And he's really become a voice of reason in the Democrat Party, like it or not.
We would love to have. I would love to have a conversation about extending the tax credits for health care. Absolutely. But I would remind everybody, too, this was designed by the Democratic Party to expire at the end of the year. This is not something taken by the Republicans. They were designed to expire. Now, let's have a conversation to extend it and not shut our government down. That's why.
Wow. The whole thing. They're saying that Republicans are letting it expire, but in fact, it was built into the law itself. Crazy Bernie, though, getting wrecked on national television on CNN. Listen.
How do you think this shutdown reflects on Chuck Schumer's leadership?
Well, I think it reflects more on Mike Johnson's leadership and President Trump's leadership. This is a leadership which said it's okay to give well, how do you feel? You tell me. Think it's a good idea to give $1 trillion in tax breaks to the richest people in the country and then make massive cuts to health care for working class people?
I think Chuck Schumer has voted for continuing resolutions 13 times in the last 4 years, and he has the opportunity to vote for one again, but he's refusing to come to the table.
Well, I think, look.
How do you think this shutdown reflects?
He tried to flip it and ask him. Oh, bad idea. Caitlin Collins, in talking to AOC, Rapid Response, writes, these losers, the leaders of the Democrat Party, are not serious people. They don't have any clue what they're talking about other than demanding free health care for illegals to vote to reopen the government. Shame on them.
I think we need to see.
What does that need to look like before you would vote to reopen the government? Or is it commitment from the White House and Republicans enough?
No doubt.
I mean,
Mr. President is a very honest man. And if he says something, man, you could take it to the bank.
So you're saying his word is not enough?
bankruptcy court.
His word? No.
So what do you need to see? What commitments from
I think we need to see ink on paper. I think we need to see legislation. I think we need to see votes. And I think we need to see these things pass on the floor of the House and the Senate and signed by President Trump. I don't accept IOUs. I don't accept pinky promises. That's not the business that I'm in.
What does that need to look like?
Wow. She wants votes. You can't vote when the government's shut down, honey. You can't have debates about health care while the government's shut down. She wants ink on paper, but there is no ink when the ink wells are dry. Okay? Wow. Just more empty rhetoric from AOC on CNN. I expect nothing less, though. We're going to get to these cringe selfie videos that Democrats are putting out, but I want to get to some of these points. AOC, let's see what's this. What's going on here? Just a simple question emoji on Rapid Response.
Everything possible. Senator Sanders, on that front, on government shutdowns before, obviously you've said before that you believe shutting down the government is a serious and dangerous action. You said that we must do everything possible to prevent it. What would you say to people who are missing their paychecks about why it's worth it now?
Well, let me just, first of all, thank you very much for your service. And we're going to do everything we can and move as quickly as we can to make sure you get your paychecks.
Senator Sanders, on that front, on government shutdowns before.
We're going to do everything we can except cast a vote. Here's AOC trying to act like she's a leader of the Democrat Party. She goes on a wild rant where she makes no sense as usual. Bernie's face says it all. AOC says, I'm ready to negotiate. Let's watch.
My hope is that we're able to resolve this as quickly as possible. I'm ready to negotiate. Bernie's ready to negotiate. I mean, we are all open and ready to.
Is anyone actually negotiating right now?
No, but let me reiterate one point. Republicans aren't in town. How do you negotiate with people who refuse even to show up to do their job? They're on vacation for what, a month now?
Yes. House Republicans have been on vacation for over.
But the Republican senators are here, and House Speaker Mike Johnson, we've had him on. He said, we've done our job. We passed the clean CR in the House. It's now up to the Senate to make these negotiations.
They need to pick up a phone, Caitlin. They need to pick up a phone. They're saying that they're doing all this work. They are twiddling their thumbs and talking to each other. It is actually an unconscionable abdication and refusal to work. They refuse. I've never seen people who hate working so much in my life. I mean, genuinely, they won't even pick up the phone. They won't. If I were Mike Johnson, you should be in that office negotiating with Hakeem Jeffries every damn day until we.
There's nothing to negotiate. It's very simple. A clean CR, open the government. Done. Then we can have a conversation about your wish list.
Reopen this government. And any day that you don't do that is a failure. It is a failure. And until there is accountability for people who refuse to work.
What about accountability for people who refuse to vote? Right? There's only a few holdouts on the Democrat side in the Senate. So what about them? Those holdouts are causing America great pain. You heard the press secretary, right? I mean, the air traffic controllers, it's a real threat. We've been talking about it for days now. It's a real serious threat. I mean, if you have people that they can't figure out where the planes are, pilots, what happens if one of those planes crashes? And you got 300 dead people in a field somewhere. These people are playing with Americans' lives.
Then we're going to continue to be in this cycle. So, you know, in the Senate, the Senate Majority Leader is John Thune.
Okay.
He should be negotiating with Chuck Schumer. President Trump should be having congressional leaders in the White House. Do you see that every day? No, you don't, because they're playing golf and they're going to Mar-a-Lago, and the House and Republicans in the House have been on vacation for weeks now. We are here in Washington, D.C. We are ready to work. We are ready to strike a deal. We're not here to just be
Okay, yeah, whatever, AOC. We don't deal with terrorists. I think that's the American policy. We don't deal with terrorists. Oh, man. Okay, so did we play this clip? Fetterman admitting Democrats are responsible for the shutdown. That's what they want to do.
Yes, I refuse to vote to shut our government down. I absolutely would love to have.
Yeah, we played that clip. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, the cringe. Okay, fine. We'll do the cringe. Here's Ilhan Omar.
In the White House. Hey, everyone. The government is still shut down by Republicans in the House, in the Senate, and in the White House. We want the government to open back up. And the only way to do that is for Republicans to come to the table to negotiate with us so that we can save Americans from the healthcare crisis that is upon them.
Again, see, this is all lies and propaganda. The clean CR would reopen government and allow the negotiations to happen about healthcare. That is what Speaker Johnson has said repeatedly. But see, they're playing the game. They want that subsidy planted into this continuing resolution so that they can give health care to illegals. That's the game they're playing, and they're all putting out these selfie videos. Like this one who claims to be a congresswoman, Sarah McBride.
Colleagues, Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a brief update. I just got out of caucus with my Democratic colleagues. We are back in DC, ready to reopen government and solve this healthcare crisis. But our Republican colleagues in the House are nowhere to be seen. You've probably seen me searching for them.
Well, they don't need to be in the House because they've already voted. They've done their job. It's on the Senate side. Cringe after cringe after cringe. What's this? Congresswoman Maxine Dexter from Oregon.
Of the government. Maxine Dexter, Oregon's 3rd. It's day 15 of the government shutdown. And do you know where the Republicans are? Because I don't. They're MIA. I did not come to Congress, working 20 years, taking care of people, to sit back and watch them decimate the healthcare system. You deserve healthcare that you can afford, that's accessible, that's reliable, and they don't care. They are prioritizing their cronies and billionaire tax cuts over your healthcare. And let's also be clear that no matter what the negotiated settlement is when we ultimately get back to work, which needs to happen now, it needs to be ironclad. We need to put an end to Donald Trump doing whatever he wants with the budget. The power of the purse belongs with Congress. And the Republicans in the congressional seats need to get their courage. They need to stand up for their responsibility taking care of the American people.
Yeah, and all it takes is a vote. Here's another one. Senator Patty Murray says J.D. Vance is straight up lying again.
Shut down the government.
J.D. Vance is straight up lying. Again, watch.
We don't want to be in this situation. We don't want to be laying off federal workers, but the Democrats have shut down the government. They have forced us to choose between American citizens and federal bureaucrats.
No one is making J.D. Vance and Trump hurt workers. They just want to. Let me say that again. A shutdown doesn't require any administration to fire people or lay off staff. Over the last few days, they have fired people who help our special needs students in the classroom. We are talking about kids with disabilities. They even fired the people who protect us from things like measles and Ebola. Trump and Vance have recklessly been firing and then rehiring and then firing and rehiring people all year. It is
That's
nothing
called draining the swamp, lady. Okay? That's a textbook definition of it. Oh, no. McBride is back. I'm not even going to play that. It's just too cringe. Here's Harmeet Dillon, though. She knows what's up.
Having a little shutdown party at my house here in D.C.
She's having a shutdown party at her house. You can see in the background, there's Mike Johnson, some other folks. I'm not sure.
To socialize with my colleagues in the Civil Rights Division who are working, many of them not getting paid, and so we're having a little social get-together.
No, that's not Mike Johnson, sorry.
Having a little shutdown party at my house.
That was 24 hours ago. CNN plays... Rapid response is brutal sometimes, man. CNN, look at how they write this. CNN plays a question from a bartender. Oh, I immediately thought it was... I immediately thought they were talking about AOC. But it's an actual bartender. CNN plays a question from a bartender who now faces losing out on her dream home due to the government shutdown because Democrats like Bernie Sanders. Let's listen.
Hurting a million.
My American dream has turned into a nightmare. My family was only days away from closing on a USDA loan for our dream home. Then came news of the shutdown, and now we face uncertainty. Our lease is up, and now we have to move. The shutdown is costing us our chance to live our dream. What are you doing to end this stalemate and help restore faith in our elected officials, the people I helped to choose to guard my American dream?
We're going to do everything that we can to bring an end to this terrible shutdown, which is hurting you and which is hurting a million federal employees and millions of people who use federal services. But also, we have got to be cognizant that if Trump wins this fight, our healthcare system could well collapse.
My American dream has turned into a...
Could well collapse. See, there's the qualifier. Could well collapse. Healthcare could collapse if he wins the fight. All they want is to open the government so they can have a discussion about healthcare. Oh, no. Pramila Jayapal. 24 hours ago, Democrats were in Washington, D.C. ready to negotiate. Where are the Republicans?
It's dead. Hey, everyone, I'm in the Capitol. It's dead. There is nobody here. Mike Johnson sent everybody home. Empty, empty, empty. We're on day 15 of the shutdown. We have not been in session for 25 consecutive days. This is outrageous. Lower healthcare costs and reopen the government. Hey, everyone, I'm in...
Oh boy. Oh, here's Ilhan Omar. The Trump administration is leaving disabled students behind. Oh, yeah?
You said people are gonna die?
Yeah, that's basically what they're trying to say, Jar Jar.
To go to work. What support are you trying to offer federal employees who are furloughed or working without pay right now?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, federal employees are like many employees in the United States, where they are one paycheck away from losing their house, from not being able to pay for childcare in order to continue to go to work, paying for the essential needs that they have. So one of the legislation that we are offering is for there to be support for childcare costs for those that are working without pay.
Oh, that's the bill you're trying to pass, Ilhan? How are you going to have a vote if the government's closed? You see, you got to pass the CR. Dude, this is the straight up lies. These are the lies.
And this shutdown is also threatening a massive workforce reduction at the Department of Education. As you know, senior leaders there sounded the alarm today, saying that there will soon be no one left to enforce the IDEA Act. Now, that's the law that ensures disabled students get special education services. So, Congresswoman, when you hear that, your thoughts on this potential threat to America's most vulnerable students?
Yeah, I mean, when we think about what was already happening before the Trump administration decided to go ahead with the dismantling of the Department of Education and now getting funding for IDEA, is that there was already a donut hole of funding for IDEA to states. We know that there is a huge need across our communities here in America, and to have farther devastation to programs that are essential to keeping our kids educated and keeping that brighter future shining for the United States is really scary.
What's scary is knowing that you're a congresswoman. Here's another liar, Richard Blumenthal.
If you're traveling and going to an airport, Kristi Noem, the Secretary of Homeland Security, wants you to be part of her captive audience. In fact, she has a little propaganda piece blaming Democrats for the shutdown. It's not only inappropriate, it's illegal for her to use those TSA monitors to spread her personal political propaganda. And that's why I am demanding that she stop browbeating airports into aiding and abetting her illegal political campaign. And
okay, so she's putting out policy statements and clarifications on airport monitors. Okay. He's calling it a political campaign. What about the political campaign? Remember when CNN was on every single television in the airports, spewing their hate all day long? So Kristi Noem goes on camera, puts out a video clarifying why everyone's flights are delayed, why there's no one in the towers watching the planes, trying to give travelers some peace of mind. And he's calling it propaganda and a political campaign. Absolutely shameful. But all this is coordinated propaganda from the Democrats right now. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next, because this is political theater at its most disgusting. Democrats staging empty hall selfie videos pretending to work while blocking every vote to reopen government. You see, they designed the crisis, let the subsidies expire on purpose, and point fingers at Republicans. And Fetterman admitted it. Bernie confirmed it's about Trump, and Hakeem's rapping about it's being Trump's fault. It's day 16, and they're choosing illegal alien health care over American veterans. They've burned through $2.5 billion on foreign nationals while mothers lose WIC benefits and federal workers go without paychecks. Stephen Smith nailing it. This is why Americans are furious. Democrats would rather see the country burn than admit their sanctuary policies failed. They're protecting criminals over citizens, funding invaders over veterans. So here's the question. Do you believe Democrats are intentionally keeping the government shut down to protect illegal alien benefits? Yes or no? Sound off in the comments and show where you stand. Check out our Patriot gear because our shop is still open. It's linked down below.